Hey guys, how's it going? It's Seth back again talking about my dividend portfolio, and I'm getting right into it here. I got $50,254 in this portfolio. Obviously, that changes as the market fluctuates, but I wanted to show you here my activity. Let's go to activity type dividends only, and it's pretty cool. I've received recently $4 from Realty Income, Costco $23.85. Altria, $21.19, and Pepsi, $4.70. And this right here is just recently I got the special dividend from Costco. I got the monthly payer, kicking in here. And I got a really nice dividend from Altria, and I got Costco. Again, that special dividend. And of course, Pepsi, good old reliable, coming in at $4.70. Now, this is what I wanted to kind of talk about here, is with Realty Income, right? It's the monthly dividend payer. That's what it's known as. And, I want to build this position a little bit more. But let's go to my portfolio here, and you can see Realty Income right now is about 5% of my portfolio, which is right where I want it to be. And I'm up 22%. And the reason being is because my cost basis is so low. I bought it when it was $49.64. And now you can see the price is $58.90. And if we look at the stock, you can see it's still down over the past year. It's still on discount here, and over the past 5 years it's still on discount, but I bought right here at an extremely low price, and then it went up quite quickly after that because interest rates are looking like they're going to stay, they will be pretty low coming up in the near future, which is why it's coming up here. They also did an acquisition which dropped it quite a lot. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I do want to build up this position because I love that income coming in, but I don't necessarily need it right now. I don't plan on living off this portfolio for a while, but there's just something about seeing those dividends come in that's so motivating, which I love. Now, this is my portfolio here. A quick snapshot of it. My annual income is now up to $1,470. My yield is right under 3% with a dividend growth rate of 10.6. Okay. A big chunk of my portfolio is SCHD and DGRO. You can see right here. I have a big chunk in SCHD, $21,140, and I have a little over $7,000 in DGRO. So I want these positions to be about the same. I want this to be at $20,000 to make up really the base of my portfolio, right? If I can have $40,000 in these funds, in these ETFs, and then if I can have $20,000 in this portfolio, that's good. However, I absolutely love buying these individual holdings. I absolutely love it. There's something about dividend investing that is just so motivating when you see those dividends come in, right? I'm also looking to add a few positions, and we can go over what those are. I want to show you my income calendar first and what it's looking like. You can see in the next 30 days we got some good stuff coming in here. We got Lowe's, we got MasterCard, we got EPD, AbbVie, and O again, and then Apple. So it's really starting to kick in here, this dividend snowball. I may be adding Main Street Capital, and we'll go over that in a sec. But first, let's just go right into it. Main Street Capital here. This is what I'm looking at. The monthly dividend, another one. They do a lot of special dividends as well. So you can see they got a yield of about 6.5%, and in the last 10 years, the dividend growth rate at 4%. So something that's really cool here is the yield on cost calculator, right? And let's plug these numbers in here. Just to show you how your yield on cost and what it looks like. So our starting yield is 6.58 with a dividend growth rate over the past 10 years of 4%. Now let's say we have 100 shares of Main Street Capital, and the cost per share, let's just say we buy it all now. So let's see what it's at. It's at $43.77. So let's plug this in here, $43.77, and let's say we hold it for 10 years. Now let's calculate this. You can see right here, we started with $4,377. We ended up with under $10,000, $9,359. a total gain of 113%. So in 10 years, that's an annual gain of 11.3 with our yield on cost right here. You can see our yield on cost after 10 years is 18.3%. So a lot of people are looking for a high yield. And what are they looking for? They're looking for a lot of these covered call ETFs, JEPI, right, which has an 8.3% yield. You got JEPQ here, right about a 10% yield. There's a lot of covered call ETFs, even SVOL and some alternative income funds, which have a really high yield. Now imagine, instead of buying into these right away, right, say you hold Main Street Capital for 10 years and you keep reinvesting the dividends. After 10 years, you have a yield on cost of 18.3%, which is higher than all of the covered call ETFs that in SVOL, the alternative income that we just looked at, right? We're getting into yield max territory here, right? I'm sure you guys are well aware of yield max. We'll see how those play out. Those are pretty interesting. Let's do another one, MPLX, right? This is an MLP, energy, oil, and gas. They have a dividend yield of 9.1%. In the last 5 years, a dividend growth rate of 5%. So let's plug these numbers in right now. So let's go to 9.1%. Dividend growth rate of 5. You have 100 shares. Let's see what MPLX is right here, just so we can get the stock price, $37.35. So let's plug this in here, $37.35. Now let's say for the next year, everything stays the same, right? Let's calculate this right now. You can see a yield on cost after 10 years of 36%. Over 10 years, you have an average annual gain of 19%. I mean, doesn't really get better than that. This is literally yield max territory, right? They're selling options, and this is it right here. This is why we do dividend investing. So for a lot of people who say, dividend investing is boring, or, you have a lower return potential with blue chip companies, right? Dividend investing isn't the way to go. Well, this just shows right here, it can be the way to go sometimes, right? There's some golden gooses out here, as they might say. But if you look at some blue chip companies, like let's go to Procter and Gamble. Now, Procter and Gamble has a dividend yield of 2.5%, and in the last 6 years, they have a 6% growth rate. So let's plug this in right here, right? Let's see what this yield on cost will be for Procter and Gamble. 2.5%. Dividend growth rate of 6. Let's say you got 100 shares, and the cost per share of Procter and Gamble, I'm sure we can find it right here, $150.60. Okay, I should have done that for the other ones, but it's okay. $150.60. We hold it for 10 years. Okay, let's see what the yield on cost is for Procter and Gamble. It's only 5%, guys. This is why people talk about dividend investing and it's slow and it's boring. Yeah, it can be if you're holding some of these holdings. I'm not saying Procter & Gamble is a bad holding, right? I'm not saying that at all. But maybe, right, its heyday is over. Who knows, right? I'm just said, in my 20s, who knows what I'm talking about. But I'm just showing you the numbers here with yield on cost, 5.6%. So originally, right, how these dividend companies work is they increase at 6%, right, on average, and from the dividend, right, you're getting an annual gain of 3.8%. Oh, sorry, I'm recording logic here, right, which is about a 10% return, which is just average. So nice, way to go. But you can see these other ones like Main Street Capital, MPLX, right? There's a lot of them out there, and you can find them that have a great yield and a great dividend growth rate, and they can maintain it with their cash flow, right? We're not looking for yield traps. We're looking for holdings that can maintain it with their cash flow. So those are two companies, MPLX and MAIN, that I'm thinking about purchasing here coming up in the future. I may be purchasing EPD right before the Dividend X date. So I may be doing that as well. Yeah, guys, this is my portfolio in a quick nutshell here. Right, we're just, this thing is moving along quite nicely. I'm really liking my portfolio. I'm really liking where it's at. It's very neat, in my opinion, right? I've got 20 or so holdings here. I try to equally weight them, but you can see they go a little off as time goes on because I make nice capital gains from them. And yeah, I'm loving where this portfolio is at. It's at 50K. We're going to keep it going. Going to try to hit 80K by the end of the year. $80,000 is what I'm shooting for. Well, guys, that's my portfolio. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Thank you for listening to this update here. I'll be making videos quite often coming up here, and really hope you all enjoy it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.